place, along with some tendons and muscles and nerves. But those three little vertebrae control that big bowling ball that's on the top of your spine. That's your skull. From there, I want you to go down your arms, around your shoulders, to your biceps and triceps, down to your elbows, to your forearms. And just notice if you're carrying tension anywhere there. Don't forget your elbows. Go down to your wrists. You can move your wrists around if you want, twirl them if you so desire. Again, just notice if you're carrying any tension there. Go to your fingers, the palms of your hands, the tip of your hands, your fingers, the tops of your hands. See your hands. You know your hands better than anyone else on the planet. Where your calluses are, how big your knuckles are, how long your fingers are, where your rings, if you wear rings, touch the finger. If you have bracelets on, where do they touch your wrist? Going back up your arms, we're going to go back up to your back, especially your upper back. And when you get up there, notice just if you can feel any knots, feel any tension in your upper back. And again, just try to breathe it away. Acknowledge it, notice it, and then try to let it go. You guys are doing great so far. We are going to be rolling over to a fetal position in a few minutes, and then standing. Just kind of giving you a heads up so you can mentally prepare. And then once we stand for a while, we're going to be moving. So let's finish off at the top of our head. We're going to travel up our neck to the front of the face, traveling up the neck to the chin. Actually, let's travel up to the ears. And then follow your jawbone down till it gets to your chin, and then over your chin to your lower lip, over your lower lip to your upper lip. Go up your nasal folds, go up to the tip of your nose, up the bridge of your nose, between your eyes, go over your eyebrows, circle your eyes to your cheekbones, from your cheekbones to your ears. Notice if your jaw is relaxed or open, tense. You can open your mouth if you want. Relax that jaw. Actors need relaxed jaws. And then from there, we're going to go to follow your cheekbones back around your eyes to your forehead. Go up over your forehead to the top of your skull, very tippy top of your skull, and then come back to the other side, to the back of your head. And just notice, after this brief body scan, where you're at. If you have tension anywhere, stress anywhere, try to let it go. See where your head went. If you had any images come in your head, in your mind's eye. Any memories come to the surface. Thoughts, feelings, images. In a minute, we're going to roll over to the fetal position. Using your arm as a pillow, you can roll to one side or another. Just going to tweak the music a minute. So again, not worrying about anybody else but you. When you are ready, you can roll over into the fetal position. In preparation, just stand it. But again, just focus on you. There's no rush. There's no worry about what anybody else is doing. Just focus on you and how you feel. Use your arm for a pillow. And then in a couple more minutes, we're going to be standing. And we're going to come to a standing position facing the screen wall that we haven't seen in a while, facing the whiteboard. You can keep your eyes closed or open, but we've got a lot of liquids inside of our bodies that you've got to deal with, especially when you come to a standing position. And when you do come to a standing position, I want you to focus on being as still as possible. Once you get up into what we call the neutral position, I want you to focus on just being still. And it's hard to do. It takes work. So just kind of mentally prepare your body that you're going to be getting up and then moving. And when you come to a neutral position, to a standing position, I want your feet shoulder width apart, knees slightly bent, and arms down at your side. And I want your spine in as nice alignment as you possibly can. We'll go through that again. So again, at your own pace, not worrying about anybody else, you can come to a standing position facing the whiteboard. And I'll lower the lights that are there because they're kind of bright. So again, at your own pace, doing it very slowly, then come to a standing position. Zach, watch your glasses. Make sure your weight's on both feet. And just face the wall that is the whiteboard. Take your time standing up. Because all that liquid, all that water and blood and bile and stuff has to come to equilibrium. But again, there's no rush. Take your time. If you want to stay seated and then transition to standing, you can probably and make sure you pick a point of focus on the wall that's in front of you. It can be anywhere, preferably in front of you. And just keep your hands down at your side, let your fingers relax. Open your mouth a little so you relax your jaw. And just focus on being still. Try to recreate that feeling you had on the floor. Make sure your knees are slightly bent. You don't want to lock your knees because that's when people tend to fall over. It's happened. Good. And just pick your point of focus behind on the wall and just focus on that. Keep your hands down at your side and just be still. And notice what you hear besides just weird music. Put one hand on your tummy and make it, when you breathe in, make your gut go out. Avoid doing this with your shoulders. In fact, take your shoulders and roll them back. Roll them back a few times. And Then roll forward, forward. And then lift them up, tense them up, tense them up, tense them up, tense them up. And let them fall. Good. And then imagine a bunch of balloons tied to your skull way up here, pulling you up nice and tall. And this position you can hold for a long time. This is how we were designed. To stand in alignment, not slouched over, hunched over, whatever. Our heads up nice and tall, knees slightly bent. We can stand like this for days, as long as we have water. But this is what we were designed to do. Also imagine energy going through your feet when I talk about being grounded, pushing into the ground. And if they came up next to you and pushed you, be rock solid. Tighten up your core. And as you're focused on your point of focus, don't worry about anybody else. Don't worry about your clothes, fidgeting, just be still. Good. And just relax. And just relax. Make sure your jaw's relaxed. Open your mouth a little bit. Just let your mouth fall open. And just pick a point of focus. And be this solid soldier. In a minute, I'm going to change the lights a little bit so you can see where you're moving. And we're going to be walking. I know that sounds weird, but it is. So prepare for ugly fluorescent lights to come on. Keep your point of focus. And as you're standing here, and some of you are, do those. Ugh, sorry. Notice the urge to fidget and try to suppress it. And just be still. Good. In a minute, you're going to be moving. You're going to be what's called at your own pace, walking your grid. And there's an imaginary grid on the floor. If you look at the carpet, there actually is a grid. You have seams that make little squares. You're just going to walk in straight lines and 90-degree turns at your own pace. You can stay on the stage area. You can go off the stage area, but just walk at your normal pace. Keep your head up and your focus up. If somebody's going to cross in front of you, let them pass. Avoid collisions. You can imagine on the stage further lines going this way, but you're just going to move straight lines and 90-degree turns. Okay? Ready, set, go. Start walking. Just at your pace. Whatever that pace is. And as you're moving, notice what your pace is and how that feels. Make sure your lines are straight. 90-degree turns are sharp. Notice what your head's doing. Keep your head up. You don't have to look at the floor because the floor's there, right? It's not going anywhere. You can also, if you want, stop and observe. You can also walk by Zach's glasses and pick them up. And clean them because I don't even know how anybody can see them. Good, and then pick your pace up a little bit. Nice straight lines, 90-degree turns. And just pick your pace up just a little bit. Doesn't have to be much. Again, don't worry about anybody else but you, but be aware of them. There's this really great thing that we use called soft focus. where I can look right now and I can see everybody in the space by not focusing in on one person, but I can take in the whole room. So really work on your soft focus. Make sure your head is up, you're not looking at the floor, and pick up your pace even a little more. Let's say what you're walking now is a 3. So you're walking at a 3. Good, make sure your turns are really crisp and clean. So if this is a 3, let's go to a 5. Good. Feel the energy shift. The room change dramatically. Straight lines, 90-degree turns. And if this is a 5, good avoidance. Let's go to a 7. So we don't want to be running, but we want to be moving at a 7. Good. And then let's take the 7 to a 9. Use the whole space. Don't go behind the curtains. Don't run. We're still walking. And then at the count of 3, I'm going to have you stop wherever you are. Keep your 7 up. And 1, 2, 3, stop. Good. Keep in your neutral position, facing whatever direction you're facing. Good. Make sure your head's up nice and tall. You're still breathing, using your diaphragm. Make sure your jaw's relaxed. Make sure you can see everybody. Good. And let's start walking again, just at your normal pace. Actually, take it down a notch for a normal pace. You're still walking a grid. Straight lines, 90-degree turns. Let's say this is your 2. Let's take it to a 1. And at this one pace, pick somebody in the room that you can mirror, follow, or match. Keep your one pace going though. Don't let them know you're following them or mirroring them. It could be from across the room. But don't let them know you have any focus on them. You can follow them, mirror them. Don't let them know you are doing the same thing that they are doing. And then take your 1 to a 0. And then take your 0. You're still moving though. Take your 0 to a -1. You're still moving, you're still walking. And then when you can, find a place where you can be still again. And you can just stop. start walking your grid again at your normal pace. Just walk at your normal pace. Head up, focus up. Nice 90-degree turns, straight lines. Pick your pace up, take it up one notch. If this is a 3, make it a 4. Pick somebody out in the room without you letting them know you're following them, that you're focusing on them. Make sure you can see them at all times. Make sure you can see this one person at all times. And they don't know that you are watching them. You are focusing on them. But make sure you can see them, even though they might not know it. Make sure you're still walking your grid, but keep them in sight. Then pick another person. So you're now following 2 people. Don't let them know you're watching them. Take your pace from a 4 to a 5. You're still walking your grid. Don't let them know that you are watching them. Keep your eyes open. Keep your jaws relaxed, your mouth open. We're not doing tragedy. Good, and then pick one of those 2 people to hunt. You're going to get close to them, but you don't want them to know that you are following them, that you are hunting them. Don't let them know that you are hunting them. Nice straight lines, nice 90-degree turns. Crisp, clean. Pick up your pace to a 6. Pick up your pace to a 7. Try to get close to this person, as close as you possibly can without letting them know you're hunting them, and freeze. Arms down at your side, weight on both feet. Keep your head up, jaws relaxed. If you can, within arm's reach, touch the person that you are hunting. Good. Almost. Good, relax, sit down. You can sit on cubes, sit on the floor, sit on whatever. Hey, Max.
Hello.
Sonny, who are you hunting?
Emily.
Emily. Stella, who are you hunting?
Sonny.
Sonny. Keith, who are you hunting? Nicole. Dorothy. Zach. Good. Feedback on the body scan. Good? Why? Other teachers do. This is real. I consider this meditation. I consider it getting in tune so you can actually perform. Max, you can join us, bud. Take your shoes off.
Okay. What are we doing?
What?
What are we doing?
It's a thing that I call viewpointing. It's just a way to create ensemble.
Okay.
It's movement-based theater. So, Stella, you gave a thumbs up. Why?
Well, I've done this before, and I always like looking at my body, into my body, which is something like you don't get a lot.
Which is another reason why we do this.
Because you're constantly moving, you're constantly thinking, but you're not thinking about the things that you're doing internally. So giving that energy out of
other teachers do this? Do meditation stuff?
Yeah, like this Murphy and stuff. It's just really
Good. Did you notice any stress, tension anywhere? Where, Stella? Here? Ah, the forehead. Keith? Neck? I've got like major golf ball sized knots in my back of my shoulder. Just like, yeah. Anybody notice anything else? Tension? Anybody notice any images that come to your head? God, I haven't thought about this in a long time. What? Good. Okay. Emily? It's really nice. Some people can just, that's why I like doing yoga, can just tune out this and focus on whatever this is. Good. Max, what did you notice when you came in?
I don't really know what I know. Pretty interesting to me because I've never seen anything like this, and I think Keith was like, "Did you mouth cult to me?"
Yeah.
Cult? Yeah. So I thought you guys were like practicing being in a cult, especially after you said like
Cult.
pick someone to hunt.
Okay, so since I'm in band, everything that's odd to me, we all consider a cult. Like
A cult.
Yeah.
Not a cult. But a cult.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, you guys remember Christmas of like 2017? That's culty. Yeah.
What?
I don't remember this one.
What happened?
In the chapel, like it was like this whole thing where everyone was like, I have a video. It's on Twitter. It's like famous on Twitter now.
From JD?
Yeah.
We were just sitting there, just like.
Well,
Like the big singing thing where you had the light sticks.
let me, Max, what did you see when you walked in? What were we doing? I mean, besides to me talking, what did you see?
Just like following patterns, walking certain ways.
Okay, what did you notice about the individuals? Yeah.
They were serious, they were calm, they were focused.
Ah, you said the word I would hope you say. Focused. Focus. There's nothing more fascinating on stage and powerful than a performer who's focused. Whether it's on your acting partner, on whatever you're supposed to be looking at. When you come and watch Curious Incident, there's everybody in the play is watching something that isn't there and focusing on something that isn't there. And I have the term that focus is sexy. It's, I mean, you're just drawn to it. You can't help yourself to be like, you could have 500 people on stage who aren't focused, and one guy with a spear up there is, and it's just like, what is he looking at? I want to go there. I want to see what he's seeing because they're so committed. Let's play another game. How are we doing on time? Wow, really? That was fast. Because we're out of here at what? 05? Okay.
How's everyone's Friday going?
Really good. Thank you for asking.
Interesting.
Huh?
Interesting.
What's interesting?
It was weird. Like, my last class was really stressful because we were doing things in the math. And it was like ups and downs because I did a bunch of quizzes this morning and we went to another math confusing and theology was chill and Spanish was stressful and I was when I had this. It was calming today. Like, this class specifically was calming, but it was weird. It felt weird.
I love how you just like gave us your own thing, Nicole.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Everybody notice Nicole's braces are off? That is like the best feeling, one of the best feelings ever.
Yeah.
You can just go, you can eat apples, caramel stuff,
I had no issues.
raw fish, just bite into a fish, trout. Sweet. Who else had braces? I had the whole massive headgear that I used to sleep on, and then would like I'd wake up and you'd have like stripes here, and you have to literally put them in these little hold dogs.
Like you're always, like I was really excited to get my braces off, and then I went to get my braces off, and I realized I had permanent retainers.
I'm trying to retain it too.
Is that bad?
Permanent retainers. It's like braces, but on the back of your knee.
Like you have a retainer in now?
Yeah, for the rest of your life.
Really?
Sorry, Sam, but I found a barbed wire on the front end.
Yeah.
Barbed wire?
Like space.
Not barbed, just single wire. No, not barbed.
Like barbed wire? Like
It feels like
here,
it's,
ah!
it feels like it's kind of like, if you like rub your tongue on it, it's like sandpaper.
Oh, and of course you want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you get like the sores on your tongue, you're like, oh.
It's certainly better
Can't
than
help
barbed,
it.
though.
Don't go into the light. I can't help it.
I'm thinking about, yeah.
No, you notice a lot less than normal braces. Like it's as if it's not there. It's definitely.
Oh, so it's not that, like,
Yeah, it's not that bad.
It just helps keep like your 4 5 teeth aligned. So
Yeah.
oh, so it doesn't like go back.